Welcome to your weekly tarot tutorial as part of my Tarot Talk series. It is my pleasure to have you here with me today. In this video, I will be breaking down the symbolism and meaning of the Empress. I'm Heather Ellis, and I've been reading tarot for over 30 years. I combine the traditional meanings of the cards with intuitive insights to bring forward messages meant to guide you. Here on my channel, I help you find clarity in love, money, and well-being, whether you're here for a reading or you're here to learn tarot for yourself. My goal is to support you in living with more purpose and self-trust. If you're interested in a tarot reading for your zodiac sign, be sure to check out my weekly tarot reading for July 7th through to the 13th video. You'll find the link to that video in the description below. And if you find any value in today's video, please like, comment, and share and subscribe. It does help the channel grow and tells me what kind of content you want to see more of. Now let's jump right into our learning all about the Empress. If you're here just watching today, just sit back and enjoy. And for those of you who are participating along and creating your own journal, tarot card meaning journal, you will need your Empress card, whether or not it's a photocopy or it's an old card that you have that you are ready to or willing to sacrifice for the journal. And you are going to need your glue stick. And I'm just going to take a moment to put some glue on this and then secure it in the book. Getting stuck to it myself. Okay. There. Okay, so we have the Empress. I am just going to secure her down here. Okay. And let's jump right into the symbolism of the card. So we are going to, I'm going to use the color green because that is all about fertility, and that really is what the Empress is about. Fertility, abundance, all those wonderful things. I'm going to tip this sideways. I hope you can still see it just because I'm right-handed and this is the way that I like to hold my pages. So we're going to start with the Empress here. What you see is you see this woman sitting in this chair. She's surrounded by these creature comforts here. There's this wheat field in front of her, a lush forest behind her. She's draped in these luxury gowns, robes. There's a stream, water here, but you can even see like her chair here. It's not a traditional throne here. It is this cushy, luxury kind of throne here that she has. Very comfortable, very relaxing for her. Because that is what the Empress is all about. It is being surrounded by stability, by the things that nurture us, that give us comfort, right, and joy. So what we're going to start here with her crown, and we see that she has this crown of stars. And this crown of stars represents spiritual authority. But the stars also suggest that the Empress's power comes from the cosmos itself. She is connected to the divine feminine energy. She is that archetypical mother figure. She's seen in figures such as Venus, the goddess of love, or Isis, the goddess of fertility. She also has down here, it's almost this heart-shaped symbol here. And but when we all know what the heart is a symbol of, they're the traditional heart shape. But there's also this Venus symbol here as well. That again represents that divine feminine energy. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to write down, I'm going to put it on this side, the crown of stars. Okay. And so the crown of stars represents spiritual authority. Also, her power comes from the cosmos, but that is that divine feminine energy. So I'm going to put that down here, divine feminine energy. Okay. And then we're going to look at the pomegranates here that are on her dress, on her robes. Pomegranates represent fertility, abundance, and resurrection, and eternal life. They are connected to the spring and the underworld, symbolizing cycles in nature. Additionally, pomegranates symbolize marriage, protection, knowledge, and forbidden desire. The Empress is often depicted as a pregnant woman. She is married to the Emperor, and she is the archetypal mother figure. So I'm going to just put pomegranates over here. Pomegranates. And I'm going to put dress, just to remember where they are located. And again, so this represents fertility, abundance, resurrection, and eternal life, which is really cycles, right? And they're connected to the spring and underworld, which again symbolizes that cycles in nature, that beginning, that birth of spring, and then the underworld, that death. So I'm just going to do another line out here and put cycles. Again, also pomegranate symbolize marriage. So I'm going to write marriage, protection, knowledge, and forbidden desire. And she is the archetypal mother figure. Then we see in the front, she has this wheat field in front of her. And again, the wheat field is another symbol of fertility, but also harvest and abundance. Again, not only is she the archetypal mother figure, but she's also the archetype of the earth mother. She is responsible for nurturing and bringing life into the world. The wheat also connects her to the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, as you know, fields go through that period of planting those seeds, growing to life, nurturing people through food. But then there's also that death at the end of the season, and when the soil is just sits there dormant before you plant seeds in the next season. So that is that life, death, and rebirth cycle. So I'm going to write wheat right here. And I'm going to put fertility, harvest, and abundance. I'm going to write archetype of the Earth Mother. So archetype, Earth Mother. I'm also going to write just mother figure. She is responsible for nurturing and bringing life to the world. So nurturing, bringing life. And then also the wheat connects her to the cycle of life. So I'm going to put cycle of life, life, death, and rebirth. Perfect. Now I'm going to go back to this shield here, this heart-shaped shield, if I could speak, with the symbol of Venus. So the shield represents her protection and authority. It is also that heart shape is also linked to, you know, the female body, not just heart. I'll just leave it at that. And the Venus symbol emphasizes love, beauty, and fertility as her guiding forces. So I'm going to put, even though it's on this side, I'm going to put the shield here. So heart-shaped shield and symbol of Venus. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about when I say the heart shape is affiliated with some kind of anatomy on the female body, you can Google that. Yeah, but we're going to keep it PG-13 here. So the shield again represents protection and authority. And Venus here also represents, and that Venus shape, I'm just going to put the Venus symbol here. Love, beauty, and fertility as her guiding forces. And now we're going to look at some of the numerology, and the Empress card is the card number 3. So she is associated with the number 3. And 3 is about creativity, its growth, its expansion. It's the number of manifestation, expression, and nurturing. So I'm just going to write creativity, growth, expansion, manifestation, expression, and nurturing. The astrological affiliation, again, you see the symbol of Venus there. She is affiliated with Venus, so I'm going to write astrology and put Venus. And Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and abundance. So love, beauty, abundance. So when we look at the interpretation of the Empress card, she represents fertility, creativity, and the nurturing qualities of the divine feminine. She encourages the creation of life, both literally and figuratively. And this card represents nurturing energy, abundant growth, and the need to nurture yourself and others. The Empress also represents living life to the fullest in a very uncomplicated kind of way. So really enjoying what you have, enjoying the creature comforts and everything, and surrounding yourself with that, as you can even see with her in that comfortable throne, right? So I'm just going to write up here, interpretation. So the interpretation is fertility, creativity, and nurturing, and divine feminine. But again, she encourages creation of life. So I'm going to write creation of life. And this is nurturing yourself and others. So it's not just about the self, it's about others too. So nurturing yourself and others. And sometimes too, when this card appears, it's because you've been neglecting yourself, or you've been neglecting the people close to you or around you, and it's time for you to like focus on that, or it's a little bit of a wake-up call to that. She also represents living life to the fullest. So I'm just going to put living life to fullest. But in a very simple, uncomplicated way. It's like not getting caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, but just getting back to basics. And so that's part of it too. I'm going to put getting back to basics. Now, in a general or health reading, the Empress can also indicate pregnancy in children. So I am going to put pregnancy, and / children. And it's growth, and it's really progress towards one's personal goals. So I'm going to put progress towards goals. Okay. In a career type of reading, the Empress can suggest that you are or may be working from home, taking on a homemaker role, a caregiver role, or working from a home office or for at least part of the week. It can also indicate a career opportunity coming in that focuses on other people. So whether or not it's nursing, doctor, healthcare, daycare type setting, teacher, anything that is looking after, taking care of other people. In a relationship reading, the Empress can indicate pregnancy, as I said before, but also positive growth and progress in a romantic relationship. or that a relationship is coming into you that will offer stability. When we're looking at a health relationship, the Empress indicates good and balanced health. So it's a very positive card to appear in a health reading. The Empress is also associated with the digestive system, the kidneys, and female reproductive organs. When we look at the Empress reversed, the Empress reverse suggests that progress may be blocked, that there's a lack of stability or harmony in your home life, or your work-home life balance is out of whack. It can also mean that you're not properly nourishing yourself physically through food, exercise, or the comforts in life. So I'm just going to write reversed. And I'm going to write blocked progress. I'm going to also put a little hyphen here and put delays. Lack of stability. Or it could also be harmony in home life. It could even be in your relationships too, right? Also, your work-life balance. So work-life balance out of whack. And not nourishing yourself physically. What do I want to say? We'll just put lack of self-nourishment. Lack of self-nourishment. And I'm going to put an arrow here. Food, exercise, or comforts of life. Because this is really, it's a lack of self-nourishment through physically lack of self-nourishment or physical, not so much the emotional side. Okay. So that concludes our Empress card. I want to thank you so much for joining me today on your path of learning, and join me next week when we dive into the Emperor. If you found today's video informative, fun, or both, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also check out my free weekly tarot readings for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had fun, and have a fantastic week, and take care.